Hey guys, welcome back to this week's episode. I thought this week, after all of the moaning and complaining and all the negativity of the last 2 weeks with the RLCs, the memberships and the drops and all of the nasty business, I thought we'd get back to some cars this week. But still sticking to the theme. I'm recording this on Wednesday. Yesterday was the Tuesday drop for the 2024 RLC club car, which is the I'll put a quick pickup, but by this time you've all seen it. The green kawabug, the one without the roof rack and the suitcases. One I actually quite looked forward to. At this stage, it looks like I wasn't able to grab a few. I don't know whether that's going to get cancelled by the time this video goes out. I'll keep you posted, but yeah, everything went fairly smoothly this time around again, yeah, I don't think there should be any issues this time around. But still sticking with the theme, I thought I'd just to celebrate the RLC cars themselves, I thought I'd yank out all of the cars that I have collected over the years since joining the club. I started in 2019. Was the first year that I joined, and I have gotten the car club, the club car each year since then, hopefully including this year as well. Some I like better than others. Some I just basically got because I joined the club. The structure and the way you got them has changed over the last few years. So just even I've got 5 cars in front of me, 2019 to 2023. And even just in the 5-year span, it changed quite a bit. I remember, I mean, memories, not one of my strong features, but if I remember correctly, when we started in 2019, there were limited memberships available, and it was like a regular RLC drop. So they'd open up the memberships sort of in February, I think, every year. It's about the same as this year, February, March. And you had to vie for the available allotted number. So I don't remember where they started. I seem to recall them the 10,000-ish number being bandied about, but I'm not. No one's ever been sure about the exact number, so don't hold me to that. But I think it was there or thereabouts. So they threw out the memberships, made them available. You had to scramble to get one. If you missed the membership during that period, you weren't able to get one of the 10,000 memberships. You didn't get any RLC cars that year. There was no other way to get them. You couldn't sign up for memberships during the course of the year like you can now. There were no digital memberships available like in your to just add to your order like they are now. If you didn't get them at the beginning of the year, you had to wait until the next year to get them. So a lot more exclusive than what it was, than what it is now. Obviously, that changed during the course of the last couple of years because McDowell saw that they were in high demand, the cars, the RLC cars. There was an astonishing secondary market being formed. So why not cash into that and make more available? So they went. I'm not sure if that was the very next year. It might have been that they split the memberships where you. Sorry, if you were in that initial 10,000, obviously as a bonus you got the car, the pin and the patch with. So you didn't buy the car, you bought the membership. The membership fee was, I think, $24, $25, and that just covered the cost of basically the car. But the car was never the main aim. The car was sort of a bonus. Then they split the memberships. I think it was the year after that. So you had also still in limited numbers, but they had a smaller chunk of available membership packages that came with cars. So you could decide, did you want to pay sort of a premium price, which included a club car, or did you just want the membership by itself without the car? There were still limited numbers, but obviously a lot more of them available. And that went very quickly, I think, as well. And then I think with it changed to what sort of the latest iteration is, which also made it a lot less exclusive, is that they sort of separated the membership car from the subscription. So you could get the membership car, or you could and then just get the car by itself and add the membership with that, or you could just add a membership any time during the course of the year. So that's the part that changed, is it was made completely open. If you decided like halfway or 3/4 of the way through the year that suddenly there's a drop coming up, and you just want that specific car, or you only want the last couple of drops in the year, or you just a new collector joining, you didn't miss out on the whole year. You could just fall in any time. And the complaints now about that is just that it's a lot less exclusive. There are so many people just open to joining. It's just open to joining new members anytime they like. So nobody has got any idea, what sort of production numbers we're looking at for both the membership cards and the RLC drops, and is there some massive cap that you eventually reach, or is the digital memberships just open-ended and you can just get however many you want? Because obviously some of the RLC drops are, and that's something that has changed in the last couple of years. They do take pre-orders on some of the cars, so you can order however many. If they tell you up front, look, it's going to take about a year to like the selections cars, basically. It's going to take a year to manufacture, or it's only going to be available towards the end of the year. You can, as long as you're a member, you can order as many as you like. So that's also sort of where that would be made worth it for them and for us, is you have those situations where they take the orders first, the pre-orders first, and then send them off to production for however many orders were placed. And then obviously you can pop in, get a quick membership, pay your $10, and then just order as many cars as you like. Okay, so I'll flash up the cars quickly, and then I'll get some details shots straight after. Okay, so the first car, the 2019 car, was the custom Camaro, and that was on Neo Red Lines. So this is the only club car that I have that's on Neo Red Lines. I personally don't like these wheels, but I do know the people, the collectors that have been in the game for a lot longer than I have, or club members for a lot longer than I have. Let's just show you the back. A lot of them like the Neo Red Lines because it's a throwback to the old Red Lines, the original ones. So what they did at one stage, before I joined, I had already started collecting at that stage. So I picked up on this back then, but I hadn't joined the club, is that they tended to alternate. So one year the membership car would have red lines, and the next year they would have real riders. So if I'm not mistaken, this was the last club car to get the new red lines. The next car was coincidentally going to be it was the Real Rider turn, and then but just after that it's been Real Riders all the way through up to this point at least. I haven't seen like people getting massively upset about that recently, so I don't know how many requests they get. The next car has increased in value quite a bit, which is a pity in my case, since my purple GTR, I don't know how clear this is going to be, had a little accident on the way here. So I'm going to hold it up to the light. You can maybe see from the bubble, the blister is sort of not shrink wrapped, but it's sort of shrunken to the car. The protector that it came in was even worse off. I've had to toss that eventually. It wasn't closing properly. Yeah, it took a bit of a beating in in transit and completely warped the blister and the protector. But the car's in good nick. I mean, it's still has the opening hood. So obviously this one, along with the blue one, are two of the more popular RLC Skylines. I wasn't too far. I mean, some of you might be having a slight heart attack, but I actually wasn't too fussed about it. I tried my luck to just sort of claim it from the courier company, but they said it was there were too many stops. You know, the package changed hands so many times. It's impossible to tell at what stage the damage was done or what it was caused by. So, and obviously sending it back wasn't an option because it had traveled all the way to South Africa before I actually saw it like this. But I thought I'd just hang on to it. I mean, I could have gotten rid of it. I've had some offers on it, people that open the cars up especially. But I don't know. The back of the package is slightly warped as well. I just remember it as a bit of a funny story. So I've just hung on to it for a number of years, and it's only recently, probably in the last 2 or 3 years, that it's really shot up. Because it was a club car, there were quite a few around. I mean, they weren't hard to pick up. I did at one stage consider getting 2, but since I don't really collect Skylines per se, I just got the one because I planned on getting each at least one copy of a membership car for each year, and I haven't had more than the first one. I had 2 because I had an account for myself and for my wife, but I have since traded my extra custom Camaro. I still have the pin and patch from that one. The next year obviously was the break in the sequence. This one didn't go back to Neo Red Lines, but turned out to be quite a nice one. It was the Mustang Boss 302 in like a dark orange, very much this. Well, it might be a one shade darker than what the RLC, that Willis Gasser, that might be a shade lighter. This one a shade darker, but it was a nice new take on the Mustang, a nice new color. I actually quite liked this one. Yeah, it was if I remember correctly, it was a year of quite a few Mustangs. It was, I think, the year after the blue Mustang came out. Might have been more than that. It was the year after that custom Mustang dropped late in the year. It was the year that we had the Mexico Convention Mustang, the one in the acrylic box. So quite a few nice Mustangs going around that year. And then on to 2022, I think at the end of, if I'm not mistaken, at the end of 2021, I got those chrome and 72 Skylines with the opening hoods that I was raving about not too long ago. So sort of the first version of that casting, that the Advan Skyline with the opening hood that just launched 2 weeks ago, or dropped 2 weeks ago, that caused all of the issues. It was the same. It was the first version of that casting that I could remember. This one almost the same. It has the separate spoiler piece at the back, but it doesn't have the opening hood. So this one is the nice dark blue, has those 4-spoke wide wheels with the red lines. Not sure how much detail you can pick up. The light will make it hard to focus, but yeah, it's very dark, deep blue. So yeah, I thought this was a nice one as well. I wasn't too crazy about it, not crazy enough to get 2 of them. Only just got the one of that, and then last year's one, I was quite happy that they picked this one. Is the Ford Mustang Cobra R. Why I like this one is it's the second version of the first one was that red one that they launched in RLC. I think that was the red one that they launched, was one of the first cars, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. It was one of the first cars that they took pre-orders on. So you could, it was in the shop for a while, and you could order as many as you wanted, and they only shipped much later. I think even might have been the next year that the red one shipped. And I didn't pick up one. I just let it pass. It wasn't really my bag, and I had to be a bit more selective that year. So I was happy to get a version of the car. So I quite like the casting. Sort of a fox body Mustang. Yeah, so it's a cool casting. Really, early 90s car. That's cool. I like it. I like it. So that was an easy pick for me. And then obviously, like I said, the latest one is that kawabug. I really like that. I like the color. I like the fact that the roof rack that there's a version with the roof rack missing. I like the fact that it's on a blister and a card. I like the wheels, those really deep dish wheels that this one has got. So I think that one's going to look pretty cool in hand, especially. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'll give you some quick detail shots of these, but these are the ones that I've had since I started. You can see that they changed the logo, and you'll be able to see on the patches as well. The logo on this one is still the old RedlineClub logo, and then they swapped over to the newer one, which is sort of still in use. The patch for the 2022 one was also, it looks like what the RedlineClub logo still looks like today. So yes, each membership car comes with the car, the patch, always a patch, and a pin featuring the club car for that year. So yeah, nice throwback, nice tradition to keep up, and yeah, happy to pick these up. Okay, so I'll tilt the camera down quickly and just give you an overall view of all of the cars and the patches and the pins, and yeah, we'll get on that. Okay. Alright guys, thanks for joining me again. I hope you enjoyed just a quick look through the last couple of years membership cars, and yeah, if you managed to grab this year's car, good on you. I think there are quite a few guys that were able to grab these, although it does seem to be that the volumes are a lot better this time around. And yeah, I'll see you again next week. Keep well, keep safe, Leave some comments in the comment section below. Let me know what your favorites. If you have older cars, obviously 2018 and before that and earlier, please share those with us. And yeah, I'll catch you again soon. Keep well. Cheers.